how you doing? Doing pretty good? Well, that's great. I'm not. You see, some of the most anticipated video game remakes of all time ended up being...
I love capturing little monster fellas and claiming them as my own. I love spamming text boxes. You must think I love Pokemon then, right? Well, it's a bit complicated. It's sort of on and off. When I was a kid, I loved the franchise, and it was during a great era of the series. It was certainly a great time to love the franchise. I remember being so hyped for Black and White, and from what I played, it was awesome. Though, funnily enough, this, along with the sequels of course, are some of the only Pokemon games I've yet to complete. Everyone gets so mad at me over that. I'm sorry, maybe I'll give in one day. Just leave me alone. So I sort of fell off Pokemon, but this did not only happen once. No, you see, this happens all the time. I need to be in a certain period of my life and in a certain mood to enjoy Pokemon games. This mainly comes around during the summer. However, whenever I do get in the mood, I always desire the classic games. Never the newer ones, really. Maybe it's nostalgia, but man, the era we're in with the clunky 3D visuals and the baby down mechanics, I'm sorry, but it's pretty hard for me to enjoy this stuff compared to the older games. I really wish it weren't this way, but unfortunately, it just is. That being said, I never fully beat Sword and Shield, but I definitely want to at some point. But I don't know, man, this game never really felt right to me. Oh yeah, and Sun and Moon threw me off very early on. I don't know why, just did. Okay, what's my favorite Pokemon region? What's my favorite Pokemon region? It'd probably have to be either Hoenn or Sinnoh. And now, if there's a modernish game I have enjoyed, it'd have to be the Hoenn remake. So Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, these were absolutely brilliant. Unlike the remakes that claim to be brilliant. Funny how things worked out that way. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Dub. Solid remakes. I loved these so much, you don't even know. Yeah, I'm sure I'm a little blinded by nostalgia considering I love these, and I bet Hoenn was a big aspect of that, but let me throw this out for you to balance things out. I really liked X and Y. Crazy, right? Despite their many flaws, I thought they were pretty good games. A bit bland, a bit short, but I enjoyed what I played. I'm sure the huge graphical jump for the series helped a bit with that. Seeing a mainline Pokemon game in 3D for the first time ever was really cool. But Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, just hard to vibe with for me, bro. But man, I loved those damn Hoenn remakes, and guess what? They've yet to remake another one of my favorite regions, Sinnoh. Pokemon has always had a bit of a remake cycle pattern thing going on with their older games, and the clock was ticking. Sinnoh remakes were inevitable. They were very clearly bound to happen at some point. We just had to be patient. And the inevitable, unnamed Sinnoh remakes, for the longest time, were up there next to, I don't know, another GTA game in my most anticipated games of all time list.
Did I mention yet I love the Hoenn remakes?
And as time progressed and graphics got better, oh man, my expectations for these remakes were through the roof. And then, on a dreary February morning of 2021, Pokemon revealed whatever the fuck this is. Oh my god, this is beyond disgusting. What the actual fuck was going on here? They outsourced the project? Well, I guess that explains a lot, honestly, but they've never done this before. Why would they outsource some of the most anticipated video game remakes of all time? To Ilka. Well, shortly after we got our answer. They didn't want to make these games. They want to make Pokemon Legends Arceus, a game also set in Sinnoh, ancient Sinnoh. It's very clear and obvious this is what happened. They want to make this game, not traditional Sinnoh remakes. They knew people would be mad about that and want Sinnoh remakes, so what did they do? They set up a $5 budget and found some mobile game developer to outsource the game to so they could have something. Ooh, was that too harsh? I think my salt took over there for a sec, I'm sorry. What a shame, man. What a shame. Shills defended this to death, calling it traditional and all that garbage. No, this chibi style was done because it was easier. Don't try to deny it, just don't. Considering how bad I want to see quality Sinnoh remakes, I was trying really hard to be positive over the months. After that terrible first impression, some new trailers dropped, the games looked a lot nicer, lighting and stuff, but eventually they released, and they were as mediocre and dull as I expected them to be. Unfortunate. They had some cool new features that weren't in the original game, like the hideaways in the underground, but this was definitely not enough to give them the title of quality video game remakes. And yes, they were also very clearly rushed. The world record any % speedrun for the game is 14 minutes. Need I say more? I picked up Brilliant Diamond the day it released, I beat it. I mean, yeah, of course I enjoyed it. At the end of the day, they were still Diamond and Pearl, but that's all they were. And honestly, if I ever want to go back to Sinnoh, I'll probably just replay the DS versions. Makes me a bit sad to say this, but these were nothing special. At the very least, they could have included the platinum content, but no, that's too much to ask for. What are you, crazy?
Wow. What a shame. You see, whenever I make video games, they always end up being rock solid and sell millions of copies.
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl left a horrible taste in my mouth. The taste was so bad, I had no interest in picking up Legends Arceus and playing that game. I just couldn't get myself to do it. People seem to like that one, but I'm not gonna lie, from the footage I've seen, it does look a bit rough around the edges, but I'm not gonna give you a full-fledged opinion here because I haven't even played them. I just don't know. However, I can commend Legends Arceus for being different. It's not a mainline game, but it tries so much new stuff, making it very different from a traditional title. But it did make me wonder, was this game a test? Do they plan on implementing stuff like having a more open area in the mainline games? It seemed like a very real possibility to me. But we'll have to wait another year or two to see when they come up with Gen 9. Oh, come on now, what the fuck is this? On Pokemon Day of 2022, February 27th to be exact, they held a surprise Pokemon Presents presentation. Oh boy, what could they possibly be revealing this time? I missed this when it happened, but of course, considering what was revealed, I found out shortly after the fact when the internet wouldn't shut up about it. Alright, so here we are. Is that Pikachu thing in the background real? It's really disturbing me. Oh my. First up, Pokemon Go Alola update. If you told me in, let's say late 2017 that they were still updating this game in 2022, I would not believe you one bit. Pokemon Masters X celebrates not 2, but 2.5 years. Alright, this is just an excuse to shill out new shit, right? Who the fuck celebrates half a year? I don't know nothing about this game. So up next is Pokemon Cafe Remix update. Why do they capitalize it like that? Alright, so, I don't care. Pokemon Unite update. Wow, I really don't care. Ooh, okay, now we're getting into the good shit. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl update. Alright, let's see what we have here. Ooh, oh yeah, that's nice. You can claim Shaman, or you could claim Shaman. You could claim Shaman, and I had no idea it's no longer available now. I don't know why I'm so salty about this. It's not like I was ever gonna touch this game ever again. God, that pains me to say. Ouch! Pokemon Legends Arceus version 1.1.0 Daybreak. I haven't even played this game yet, so I don't want to look too much into this extra stuff. I might play the game eventually, I don't know. I really don't know, man. They bring up that they're working on an online animated series set in the Hisui region. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think. What do they mean by online, though? Is it just gonna be some YouTube shit?
We hope you all look forward to how Pokemon games will continue to evolve in the future.
Wow, that was really clever, guys! And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. A man searching a building with a flashlight. I don't really get what the whole point of this is. So this guy's exploring this building, some spooky shit happens, then we cut to the actual game trailer. Well, at least we know this isn't gonna be outsourced. Alright, so, some cinematics, okay. These look pretty good so far. It seems quite promising. They honestly look a lot better than Legends Arceus. Oh boy, I love me some low FPS windmills. Alright, I'll cut some slack, it's a Switch game. Oh yes, I like this shot with the side ducks. Look at them go. Alright man, not bad, not bad. Shadows look a bit odd in this Pikachu shot, but look at this. They seem to be finally updating how the actual Pokemon look quite a bit since, handheld hardware that was already outdated when they initially released in 2011. So Viper has scales, and that looks really f***ing nice, but even better, look at Magnemite. I love that reflective texture on him, it looks really slick. I was starting to get really sick of every Pokemon looking like they were made out of the same plastic material, so this is really nice to see. More cinematic shots of some buildings, and here's our home. House area looks nice, but I'm sorry, I gotta say I don't really like these trainer models. They don't look like they come from a Pokemon game, dude. Come on, what is this? They look more like kids, if that's what they're going for, sure. They look like they were ripped straight out of a fucking shovelware sports game on Wii. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, we got the Switch in our room, though. And that's all the gameplay we'll see. Back to the pointless trailer stuff with the man exploring the building. The man in the building then glances over and witnesses the starter design somehow. And honestly, these are the best starter designs we've seen in a while. I wasn't really too much of a fan of what we saw in Sword and Shield. I'm sorry. These look a lot more like Pokemon. I like them. Blaze Cat, Dino Pepper, and Duck Hat. Yes! They're genuinely all great designs, and I'm honestly not sure which one I'll pick. We'll have to wait and see what the evolutions are, but honestly, I'll probably just end up going with a duck since it's a bird. Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Names aren't bad, but these logos, man, yikes. Especially Violet. What the fuck? Also, why did they fill in the space between C and A on Scarlet, but not the O on Violet? I understand what they were going for here, but these logos are incredibly mediocre. If you told me these were fake game logo leaks, I'd probably be like, well, yeah. No shit. But no, that's not the timeline we're living in. Launch up Photoshop, add some text, add a texture, add an obnoxious thick, pure yellow stroke. Yeah, that's one way to do it, I guess. But at the end of the day, I'm glad my biggest complaint here is something as trivial as the logos. Who cares, man? They're logos. Unfortunately, I do this shit keeps me up at night.
Why'd they do that?
If you couldn't already tell from the trailer with the cinematics, the more open spaces than we're used to seeing in mainline Pokemon games, even Sword and Shield, yes, it does seem like Legends Arceus was partly made to test the waters for a new format. My guess is the game is going to end up being a mix of elements from the traditional formula and Legends Arceus. And honestly, I think that's pretty awesome. I'm glad they're trying new stuff. Let's be real. While they have modernized some things, the traditional formula is incredibly dated. It was designed for Game Boy games, dude. We'll have to see how it goes, but personally, I think this could end up being a step in the right direction. So at this point, I think I've made it very clear that I'm a bit uneasy when it comes to the current state of Pokemon. I haven't been too fond of the modern titles, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was just plain mediocre. While it does look like they have made some clear improvements, and it does seem like they're putting in more effort into this game than Legends Arceus, I'm feeling a bit more worried than I am hopeful. Let's just wait until next year and— oh, come the fuck on! These big, new Pokemon games, the Gen 9 games, which appear to be some of the most innovative mainline games in the series, are releasing this year. This is horrifying, dude. Now I'll never be able to go to sleep. Maybe they have a lot of resources this time around, a higher budget than normal. I don't know, man, but considering they've already released a big Pokemon game this year, and now they're releasing the next gen, the next mainline games in the series, it's a bit scary. I'm honestly really hoping for a delay. Always remember what Shigeru Suzuki said. Delay game good. Rush game can always be fixed later with patches. Just put that shit out, bitch.